Questions on any of those? As you look at that first page, please put your name on the top, those of you that didn't have that. So when we were looking at these, we were actually looking at the I am counting how many. But the key thing is that you have to put in 1. So this number, when it's linear, a lot of times won't be 0. Because you kind of got to use your pattern in that here we had 6 of them. And then as you go back, you want to try and go, oh, if this is my pattern going down, I have to go back 1. And when you go back 1, that pattern might change to be a different number. So it might not be 0. And you're going to be able to see that today when you put these in your equation. So in this one, we can definitely see that we start off with 2 squares. And then you're going to look at this one. And then you're going to look at this one. And if you need to draw more, you can always draw more. So someone said, well, what does 4 by 4 look like? The fourth one here would be 4 by 4. If you needed to draw the 5, you need to draw the 10, you can draw it, and then you're trying to come up with an equation, okay? If you would turn right now to the very last page, activity 6, comparing the graphs. So, this is where we're going to go to our calculator in just a minute online. In the years past, we've also done graphing calculators, but since you all have computers and we don't have enough graphing calculators at this point, so you're going to go to Desmos.com and we're going to graph the activities from the table. It says on the left hand, you will click the plus button. So way up at the top, you're going to see this plus button when we get on there, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. It says you should enter the table. If you go to the right through the points of the graph, if it doesn't, your equation might be wrong. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the plus, you're going to put in a table, then you'll put an equation. So as you look, everyone should be on that very back page. It says, now you're going to go to the next row and you're going to do activity 2. You'll put in the table, you'll put the graph. Do it for all 5 activities. You must turn in your graph electronically to me, so when we log in, I'm going to show you what I want you to do. And I actually will just have you show me, and once you show me, you can click that off. So what I would like you to do right now is go to Desmos.com on your computer. We're going to click the plus button, and we are going to the table. So do that right now. When we go to our table, you are going to type in the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start putting those under your X values. So this will be, and you can just start typing. Nope, you just type 1. Then you have to hit enter. And you put 2. And notice it starts populating the 3, the 4, the 5. And then the next one, we don't want 6. We want what number? 10. You will then go over here, and the numbers that you had in your table, you will put those in. Okay, so back at activity 1. So this is activity 1 that you're doing first. So I will table in for all of your values. You'll put y equals. And in this one, what do we think our rate of change looks like? So 3x, right? So you type the 3x. And it didn't go through the points because the y-intercept wasn't 0, but you're going to have to figure that out. So once you're doing yours, you will put the table, then the graph. You'll go down to the next one, okay? Right after, so you need to finish this equation. Everyone knows this equation isn't done, right? So you're going to finish it, because everyone should have their own equation. You're going to then go to the next one down, and you're going to click on the plus again. What do we want? This is going to be activity 2, and you will put activity 2. You'll start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10. So your table looks the same every time. You will put in your y values. You will try and come up with an equation for number 2. What'll happen is when you start putting those points in, they're going to kind of change colors and give you different equations. When you get to number 4 and 5, notice this one says describe the pattern. The equation is bonus. If you, while you are playing around with your equations, get it to go through every single point, then that equation works, right? So after you do the table, remember you can always, when you're on the Desmos calculator, you can turn these off. So
like if I click on this, I can tell it to not show. So like up here, if I don't want it to show those points, I click on that one. If I've put this equation in and I got it to work, then I can turn those off. So then I might go to this one and put in the table, and then I put my equation. My equation is always going to be a y equals, and then it's probably going to be something with x. So your assignment today that you are working on is, you're going to be on the Desmos calculator. When you finish the Desmos calculator and this, you're going to turn in your packet to me. When you look at this, what you are doing when you finish is you can work on Dreambox, or for some of you that have not finished any of the other, you haven't finished E1 through E6, and those of you that were absent Friday, I checked those. You could work on that. It is possible if you've done with everything. I think I'll have you go to Dreambox because I'd like you to finish this activity first. So each one, put it in, show your work. It says, now looking at your tables, graphs, equation, answer the following questions. Which of the 5 were linear? You might have been able to tell me that just from looking at your tables that you did. You might have been able from your equations. And then which ones are nonlinear? And the key thing here, more points are for the explanation. So use your time.